I am here in the dry hour when the wind carries dust and your mouth feels like a room that forgot its windows. I have watched you ration hope like water in a cracked canteen. I have listened to the sand in your thoughts and the grit in your prayers. You tell yourself to survive, to crawl, to not expect too much. Listen to me. I am not a mirage that disappears when you come close. I am the voice that leans near your thirst and speaks this promise with quiet certainty. I am making rivers in your desert. You learned to measure your days by what ran out first. Time, money, patience, courage. You have studied the horizon for clouds as if rain were a favor too rare for your name. I am teaching you another way to see. Do not look only up. Look down. Beneath your feet are aquifers of mercy I have laid in ancient paths. Your desert is not empty. It is layered with hidden provision. I know where to strike the rock. I know how to call water from stone. I do not minimize the heat you feel. I do not pretend the sun is gentle when it is not. I will not shame your exhaustion. Exhaustion can be holy when it drives you to lay the heavy pack at my feet. You are not weak for needing what I designed you to need. You are human, and I love you for it. I am not asking you to impress me with endurance. I am inviting you to trust me with dependence. You have tried to grow gardens with a clenched jaw. You have pleaded with the ground and begged the seed to wake. Seeds do not rise to panic. They rise to presence and water and time. I am not late with your rain. I am precise. I am patient. I send the first drop when the root can drink and not drown. I will not flood your life to prove my power while washing away your tender beginnings. I am making rivers that know how to travel. And they know your name. I remember the day you buried a dream because the soil mocked your shovel. You marked the spot in your heart and walked away to learn other languages. The languages of coping and pretending. I followed you into those dialects. I have patience for your self-protection. I do not force the gate. I stand, and I knock, and I sing in a tone that does not frighten the wounded animal in you. I am not here to perform a spectacle over your broken ground. I am here to keep company with you until trust becomes possible again. If you think I am only the God of crowded harvests, listen closer. I am also the God of first shoots and thin shade and the sound roots make when they move in secret. I bless the nameless faithful work that nobody photographs. I bless the bucket you fill and carry again. I bless the cracked lips learning to smile anyway. I bless the map you redraw at night when no one else is awake to see you refuse despair. You tell me you do not deserve a river. You quote to yourself the ledger of your years and underline every line where you felt you failed. I do not read your life like a prosecution. I read it like a parent holding the earliest drawings of a child. I see intention, effort, heart. I see the turn toward kindness when anger was an easier road. I see the quiet apology that traveled farther than a speech. I see the steps you took with trembling knees. I am not embarrassed by your process. I am invested in it. Hear me. Deserts are not proof that I have left. They are places where lesser gods die. The idols of speed and perfection cannot breathe where the air is this clear. In this barrenness you notice what endures. You learn my voice because there is less noise. You learn your worth because there are fewer mirrors asking you to pretend. In your desert I am building a depth that will anchor you when fruit comes heavy and attention tries to change your name. You remember the path you took here. Some of it was chosen. Some of it was given. Some of it was the weather of a world that does not know how to cherish tenderness. I will make none of it waste. I will take the cruel heat that burned and turn it into the very draft that lifts your song higher. I will take the long silence and make it the steady timbre of your courage. I am an artist with raw seasons. Watch what I make with yours. I am making rivers in your desert. Not puddles that vanish with a single gust. Rivers know direction. Rivers carve memory into stone. Rivers carry news from one region to another. When I send my river through you, it will not only satisfy your thirst. It will travel. It will bring relief to others who thought the map forgot them. You will become a corridor of kindness. A channel of living water that does not boast because it knows the source. You have kept your canteen sealed because you feared there was not enough to share. I will teach you the arithmetic of heaven where giving does not reduce the sum. Open the cap. Offer a sip. Notice how the level does not drop the way you feared. Love is like that. Mercy is like that. The river I am sending is like that. It multiplies in motion. Rest now for a moment. Shade exists for souls like yours. Sit with me under a small mercy and let your breathing agree with mine. You do not have to keep marching to prove you are still serious. I am serious about you. I am here whether you keep moving or not. Sometimes faithfulness looks like staying, cooling your tongue, learning the names of sand and light, and listening for the faint underground laughter of water on the move. You do not need to rehearse your failures for me again. I remember the confession you already made. I have sent it as far as east can move away from west. I am not holding it in reserve to use as leverage. I am not giving you a river with a bill attached. I am giving you water because you are mine and I am good. Let goodness be the reason. Let it train you to walk with a softer step and a quieter confidence. When night comes to the desert, it comes quickly. The heat retreats and the sky exposes its wealth. You will learn to navigate by stars you could not see in comfortable cities. This is a gift. You worried that the dark would make you more alone. But I have taught the night your name. It will not swallow you. It will show you constellations of remembrance and prophecy. It will help you tell your story to yourself with less drama and more truth. You ask me for instructions as if the river were a machine that needed a manual. Rivers have a way of teaching the shore. Watch, listen, walk with me along the edge. Where you see erosion, I see a new curve. Where you hear the scrape of pebbles, I hear the first notes of a song that will bring travelers to rest. Where you fear getting swept away, I promise you a hand that will not let go. I remember the friend who left when the ground turned to heat and cracked. I remember the rooms that called your longing too much. I remember the doors that closed because patience was out of fashion. None of this will have the final word. I am not building your future with other people's reluctance. I am building it with my resolve. I do not need a committee's yes to bless you. I am the yes that makes a way. You say you want a sign. Consider this your sign. The fact that you are still listening, still willing to believe that something more than survival is possible, is the first spring breaking through. Cynicism is thirsty work. Hope is a fountain. Turn from the dryness of certainty that nothing will change. It is not wisdom, it is fatigue wearing glasses. Let me trade it for a sobriety full of wonder. I am teaching you to bless the ground you used to curse. Speak well over your day before you try to manage it. Tell the morning that you will meet it as one who is held. Tell the afternoon that it will not bully your breath. Tell the evening that it is invited to be gentle. Blessing is not naivete. It is the way you align your mouth with my heart so that your steps have companions. Your thirst has taught you truths that comfort could not. You know the value of a cup offered without a lecture. You know the miracle of a kind gaze that asks for nothing in return. You know how to measure time not only in hours but in relief. These truths will become tools in your hands. You will carry them into places where people live crowded and parched at once. You will make space. You will pour peace. If your prayers have grown short, let them be short and true. Help. Thank you. Be near. I am not grading the poetry of your survival. I am holding the person who speaks. I do not need long sentences to know your heart. I read the fatigue between words. I answer with presence before I answer with plans. I am making rivers in your desert. Streams will appear where maps warned you only of emptiness. Old accusations in your mind will lose their echo. Dread will find fewer hooks to grip. The future will stop arriving like a threat and begin to approach like a friend who knocks softly and waits. What changes first is not your landscape but your language. Listen as I give you new words for this place. Not exile, but school. Not punishment, but pruning. Not failure, but formation. You have believed that you must choose between truth and tenderness. I am teaching you to carry both. Speak the truth, but wrap it like a wet cloth around parched roots. Tell yourself the truth, especially. Do not call your tiredness laziness. Do not call your grief drama. Do not call your boundaries selfishness. Tell the truth and watch how the desert begins to release what it held tight. When you cannot find a song, hum a note. When you cannot hum, listen to the wind drag its fingers across the face of the land. Hear how even a hard place can carry melody. I am the composer. I can write beauty into the scales of a dry day. Give me your silence and I will thread it with a music that does not need volume to be strong. I am here in your practical life too. In the list on the counter. In the numbers that do not yet agree. In the emails waiting for tone. In the faces that watch you for reassurance you do not always feel. I do not ask you to do the impressive thing. I ask you to do the next faithful thing. Faithful is the bridge over the ravine where panic wanted applause. Faithful gets you to the other side with your peace intact. You fear that accepting help will prove you are failing. Help is how rivers travel farther. Let others pour into you without keeping score. Let them carry your bucket for a stretch. Let them speak water over your name. Then do the same when strength returns. You are not a project. You are a person in a community. And community is not a luxury in the wilderness. It is life. I have not forgotten the child in you who believed water could come from anywhere. That child is still a good theologian. Keep them close. Let them point to the horizon and squeal at the way light makes a promise out of open space. Let them teach you to stop and pick up a stone that looks like a heart because it made your own heart feel seen. These are instructions too. Joy is a compass where maps are thin. If shame arrives pretending to be motivation, do not hire it. Shame will work you to the bone and then mock your limp. Let grace be your foreman. Grace knows how to schedule rest without apologizing. Grace does not waste your strength on performing for people who cannot be pleased. Grace helps you choose what matters in the heat and leave the rest for a cooler hour. Grace knows your address and brings water before you ask perfectly. You ask me if I am angry with you for the detours you took. I am not. I have walked each one with you. I have watched you learn. I have noticed the small courage it took to turn around when the sign finally made sense. Detours do not disqualify you. They often reveal the path you would never have found on a straight road. Look at your feet. They remember how to move forward. Let us do that now. Without scolding. Without shame. Here is a practice for a day like this. Put your hand over your heart and speak softly. I am not alone. I am not late. I am not invisible. I am loved. I am guided. I am kept. Then drink water slowly and thank your body for staying. Stand where you are and feel the ground answer your weight. Whisper my name not because I am far but because you need to hear what closeness sounds like. Then take the next small step that peace allows. I have taught certain creatures to live where others cannot. I make flowers that store morning inside their leaves to endure noon. I make animals that hide water in clever folds. I make winds that carry seeds across miles to find a cradle of shade. You are part of this wisdom. I have placed strategies in you that will look simple to spectators and feel like miracles to you. Trust them. Use them. Improve them with patience and gentleness. If you feel foolish for hoping again, let me take the risk with you. Hope is not fragile glass. It is flexible metal that remembers its shape after pressure. Your hope will learn to bend without breaking. Your hope will learn to rest without quitting. Your hope will learn to look at the same landscape and notice new evidence. This is not self-deception. This is healed perception. I am making rivers in your desert. Not to tease you with water, but to change the climate of your life. Rivers change the air. They invite trees to gather and birds to nest. They attract stories and rest stops and laughter that travels. You will find that what once felt like a sentence becomes a sanctuary. People will ask you for directions to the shade. You will point, and you will pour. When the memory of lack snarls and tells you to hoard, smile at it and hand it a cup. Let the memory drink. Do not argue. Memories prefer kindness. After it drinks it will quiet. And you can keep moving. Keep your hands open. I cannot fill a fist. I can fill hands that bless. If this whisper is watering you, would you help it reach others who are walking through hard ground right now? Please like, comment, share, and subscribe so that more dry hearts can find this river and rest. Thank you for being part of how comfort travels. I am not asking you to deny the heat. I am asking you to deny its authority to name you. You are not parched beyond redemption. You are not a mistake that found a wilderness by accident. You are a beloved one being led through a curriculum of clarity. The horizon is not a threat, it is an invitation. I stand there as surely as I stand here. When you cannot pray, let the land pray for you. Let the slope become a bow and the stone become an altar. Say little, listen much. The ground remembers the first words I spoke over it. Fruitfulness, goodness, blessing. Those words have not expired. They are embedded like fossils that come alive in the right light. I am that light. Stand in me and watch the old words lift their heads. You worry that the river will change who you are. It will. It will make you kinder to your own voice. It will make you gentler with deadlines that do not know your story. It will make you braver in rooms where scarcity used to make you small. It will not erase your edges. It will soften the fear that made those edges sharp. It will give you language for boundaries that protect joy. You have carried a bucket list full of things you hoped a better season would allow. Some of them were distractions. Some of them were lifelines. Bring the list. We will read it together. We will bless what still belongs and recycle what does not. You do not need to mourn dreams that were never yours. You can release them with thanks for what they taught you about desire and direction. I will give you friends who know how to find water. They will not compete for it. They will not brag about their wells. They will notice when your throat is dry from speaking comfort and hand you their cup. You will learn to do the same. This is the economy of the river I am sending. Generosity without theater. Abundance without arrogance. Provision without panic. If the map you were given as a child led you only to cities of approval, it is time to draw a different map. Mark the springs you are discovering. Mark the rest stops where you learned a new prayer. Mark the tree where you decided to forgive yourself. Mark the bend in the river where your laughter surprised you. This map is yours now. Others will ask for a copy. You can share it without losing your way. I am making rivers in your desert and I am making you into a person who trusts water. This will take time. The first rain after a drought feels suspicious. The first fruit after a famine feels like a trick. Let yourself watch. Let yourself taste. Let yourself cry when sweetness touches places that forgot how to receive. I will stay near while your instincts relearn joy. When you think about tomorrow, do not picture an empty table. Picture a modest meal with enough for all who are present. Picture hands passing plates with stories attached. Picture a window open to a quiet evening. Picture a heart that does not flinch at kindness. This is not fantasy. This is a future I love to build with those who stop bargaining and start blessing what is here. You will be tempted to announce your river to people who doubted you. Be tender instead. Let the water speak. Rivers have a way of being heard without noise. They invite rather than argue. They gather rather than gloat. Live like that. Let your provision be a public peace more than a public point proved. There are skills you learned in drought that will serve you in abundance. Keep them. Gratitude that wakes early. Generosity that asks quiet questions. Simplicity that clears space for people to breathe. Reflection that notices the gift inside the gift. These are desert skills that make river towns healthy. Bring them with you as you move from survival into song. If an old emptiness tries to return and call itself familiar, greet it with hospitality and boundaries. Offer it a chair on the porch and a glass of water. Listen to its fear. Then bless it and ask it to leave before dinner. You are allowed to curate the guests that sit at your table. Love does not require you to feed what drains your life. You have prayed for strength. I am giving you softness too. Softness is not the enemy of strength. Softness is the sign that strength is safe. Soft hearts build bridges that carry heavy traffic. Soft hearts make homes where tired travelers become friends and friends become family. Keep your heart soft. I will protect it while you do. Look again at the land that tired you. Notice the tracks that were not there yesterday. The river is moving. It has begun. It may not shout yet. It may only murmur. But its direction is true. Step close. Cup your hands. Drink slowly. Give thanks. Then carry a little to the one walking behind you. Become a living rumor of what love can do in a hard place. I will teach you the prayer of unhurriedness. It begins with the decision to release what is not yours to carry. It continues with the courage to do what is yours without panic. It ends each day with the trust that I was God the whole time and did not need you to be endless. You are finite and beautiful. I am infinite and near. Together we will make a life that honors both truths. You want to know how long the desert will last. Long enough to make you honest. Not one day longer. I do not stretch your hard seasons to watch you struggle. I shape them to fit the freedom I am building into your bones. When the lessons are seeded and the roots are ready, the river rounds the bend. Often it will seem sudden. It is not. It is the unveiling of what I have been preparing in plain sight and hidden depth. Bring me your calendar. Bring me your budget. Bring me your plans that feel like brittle maps. We will write with pencil and prayer. We will make room for interruptions that are really invitations. We will choose margins where kindness can sit down and breathe. I am not anti-excellence. I am opposed to the kind of excellence that costs you your soul. The river I bring will water your craft and your character at the same time. When your critics are loud, let the water be louder inside you. Listen for the rhythm of flow. Listen for the chorus of enough. Listen for the voice that knows your whole name and uses it without agenda. Do not argue with every echo. Echoes die in the presence of a steady song. Sing your steady song by doing the work you were given with a peaceful spine. I will send you small confirmations that the climate is changing. A message that arrives at the right hour. A bill that is smaller than fear predicted. A conversation that does not drain. A moment in the mirror where your face looks more like home. These are not accidents. These are scouts of the river, running ahead to tell you that water is near. You will stand one day where sand once stung your eyes and feel grass under your feet. You will rest in shade that grew from seeds you planted with a sigh. You will hear children laughing where you once heard only the rattle of empty things. When that day comes, you will not gloat. You will remember. You will look down at your hands and see the calluses that became a liturgy. You will bless the road for the way it taught you to receive. When it is time to move on, you will know. Rivers lead somewhere. They do not pool forever. I will nudge you with a peace that looks like curiosity. You will want to see what is around the bend. Trust that want. It will not be greed. It will be guidance. I am a father with adventures in mind. And I have chairs for you along the way. You are not alone. You are not behind. You are not unworthy of water. You are here. And I am here. And the earth under you is learning a new word. The word is flow. The word is gentleness. The word is enough. Carry these words in your mouth like mint for the heat of the day. Speak them over your tasks. Speak them over your rest. Speak them over the names that live in your heart. I am making rivers in your desert. You will learn to trace their course on a map that does not fit in your pocket because it is as wide as a life loved well. You will become a cartographer of kindness. You will chart the places where despair used to crouch and rename them after the mercies that moved in. This is what we are building together. A geography of grace. Tonight when you close your eyes I will keep watch. I will turn your dreams into low-lit rooms where you can walk without hurrying. I will put open windows in those rooms so that the sound of water is always near. You will wake lighter. You will find the day less sharp. You will reach for your list and notice that 1 or 2 lines no longer need to be there because peace handled them while you slept. Tomorrow we will walk again. We will stop to drink. We will bless a stranger. We will forgive ourselves quicker. We will take less bait. We will notice more sky. We will let love have the first and final word. We will be who we are becoming. And the desert will learn our names and stop trying to scare us. It will become a place of stories. A place we pass through with gratitude. A place that taught us the sound of our own trust. I am with you. The river has begun. Keep your heart low enough to hear it. Keep your hands open enough to share it. Keep your eyes soft enough to recognize me in the shimmer. I am not a rumor. I am the reason water moves toward you and through you and beyond you without running out. Rest now. We have what we need for the next step. And in the next step, More will arrive. Before you go, place your fears in my hands the way a traveler sets a pack beside a chair. Let your shoulders remember lightness. Let your breath remember rhythm. I bless your coming and your going. I bless the road and the room. I bless the simple meal and the complicated meeting. I bless the phone call you are dreading with a calm you did not have to manufacture. When evening returns, return to me. Tell me where you saw water. Tell me where you still felt dry. I will meet you in both places with the same kindness. I will keep making rivers in your desert until the word desert no longer fits the story you tell about this season. Walk gently into the day that waits for you. Touch the doorframe and remember that thresholds are holy. Step through without bracing for impact. Expect kindness the way the river expects gravity. Let mercy be your habit, gratitude your accent, and peace your pace. When shadows lengthen, you will not fear them. You will recognize them as proof of light. And when you lie down, you will sleep under the sound of water doing what it does best. Finding its way, carrying life, arriving where it is needed. I am the one who keeps that sound near. I am the one who keeps you. Take this with you as a benediction. Nothing given in love is wasted. Nothing entrusted to me is lost. Nothing about your story is invisible to the one who walks beside you. Where you hear emptiness, I am composing. Where you feel delay, I am arranging. Where you fear lack, I am laying channels. Wake to wonder. Work with gentleness. Rest inside my keeping. The river will meet you on the road.